Hi, everyone. So I decided that I wanted to make a video series concerning my upcoming surgery. Today is August 19th, 2024. And I have an ACDF surgery coming in 2 days on August 21st. And I thought I would start off by sharing my experience um, and give you some of the symptoms that I had. So I worked as a consultant at that time. It's probably about 2 or 3 years ago. And on that first day of this particular project, I started typing and I started feeling electricity go through my fingers. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this? But I knew it wasn't just restricted to my fingers. I felt like it was coming from my neck. And I had had previous pain in my neck, and I'd gone to my PCP, and she recommended going to East West Medicine. So I never went. But then when I had this particular pain and I felt like it was coming from my neck, I decided to make this appointment. So I made the appointment with East West Medicine, and they, of course, saw me and they gave me some injections in my neck. And I was going for a few weeks, maybe a month or two. And the doctor recommended that I see pain management because the pain wasn't going anywhere. And at this time, he also had prescribed me with, what is it called? Gosh, I lost my thought. Muscle relaxers. So I used the muscle relaxers, but that wasn't working. So I went to pain management, but my first thought was, I don't want to go to pain management. I don't want to manage the pain. I want the pain to go away. So I went to pain management, and they recommended that I get an injection from another doctor. But because of my weight, that was not an option. So then he referred me over to neurosurgery, and I'm wondering why. And before this, I also had, set an appointment with my hand surgeon because I had surgery on my hands in 2015 and 16, and I felt like maybe it was from that surgery. So I'm waiting for that appointment. But meanwhile, I do see pain management. He sends me to neurosurgery, and then just before going to neurosurgery, I was able to get to see my hand surgeon. He sent me over for a nerve study. I had this nerve study done, and then the results came in, and apparently it was coming from my neck. And so I had a tragic event prior to that. And when I had this appointment, so I didn't even know what he said to me. So I set an appointment later after I had the appointment with the neurosurgeon saying that, oh, you need the surgery. You have a lot of compression on your spine. And I care for my husband. And so he's like, you won't be able to care for your husband because it's a possibility you'll need someone to care for you. And I'm like, what? What the heck is this? So, of course, I'm crying. I don't know what this is. And so, meanwhile, when I go back to the hand surgeon to get the results of this nerve study, he says it's coming from my neck. The same thing. There's compression on my spine. So, since I care for my husband, the neurosurgeon recommended that we wait and we do physical therapy, which I did. And I've done physical therapy for my neck. Then I have like a whole lot of other host of pain. But as the years went on, within this last 2 to 3 years of waiting for this surgery, because it got postponed so many times, I was supposed to have it last year. I ended up having abdominal surgery. It got postponed from earlier this year to now. And so I had several falls. So not only was I having pain in my fingers, there was also now a time when I didn't even know what it was, when my arm just went completely limp, like this, and I couldn't move it, I had to push it back. And so not knowing that was a possibility, and then I stumbled over my feet a lot. And then I started to have falls. So I fell in 2023 like 3 times. I was just before my abdominal surgery, I was standing on the porch and I just fell backwards. And I'm like, what the heck? I wasn't doing anything. I was just standing there waiting for my caregiver to come and move her car. And I hit the floor backwards. So I was banged up pretty badly. I still had the surgery. And then later, like a month or two later, I was reaching for a pill that fell on the floor. I was doing my husband's medication for the week. And I just rolled off the couch. Couldn't catch myself. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And meanwhile, I'm still stumbling over my feet almost every day. So I'm thinking it's the shoes. Change shoes, still same problem. I'm stumbling over my feet. And so, fast forward, we're planning this surgery, and things just continue to get postponed for various reasons. And so, December of 2023, I walked to my neighbor's truck to put in some boxes, and coming back out of nowhere, I just fall forward. I slid, hit the ground, I mean, hard. Got up, thought nothing was wrong, came back in the house, started a meeting, and as I'm in this 2 hour meeting, my knee starts to hurt. And so they're like, oh, you guys want to take a break? And everybody's like, no. I'm like, please, please take a break. I need a break. So I shut my camera off and the sound, and I get up to try to go to the restroom. I could barely walk. I had to hold on to everything to try to make it to the back of the house to get to the bathroom. So I had a cane from like 2016. I fell at work out of nowhere, just like the fall I had the summer of 2023. It's just literally out of nowhere. I fell for no various reasons, not even know what this was. So I had this cane. So I got the cane, and I made it back to the meeting. I mean, I had changed my clothes in the meantime because I had fallen, had banged myself up, dirty clothes, everything. So I made it back to the meeting, to the front of the house. So I'm crying because I'm in so much pain and just praying that this meeting would be over. So finally, after the meeting is over, it's just throbbing. My knees are throbbing, but especially the right one. And so I call my sister to try to get me to urgent care. She's not available. She says, take Uber. I'm like, seriously, Uber? I can barely walk. So I called Uber, and I can barely walk. Fortunately, we have a ramp on the front of our house for my husband who's bedbound. So anyhow, I'm struggling to get to the Uber car. This guy was freaking amazing. He backed his car up. He came and he helped me get into the car. Mind you, all the way, because I'm going from a long distance from my house to the hospital. So I actually was going to urgent care, still quite a few distances, maybe like 14 miles or 20 miles, something like that. But it takes like an hour. So we get there, and now when we get there, I can't walk at all. Can't get off the car, nothing. So he has to go in and get a wheelchair. Now, mind you, this is the Uber driver. He's trying to tell them to help me. Security's like, we can't help you until you get her inside the facility. So the Uber driver, amazing as he was, he got the wheelchair, got me in, took me into the facility, and I literally can't walk. I mean, they examined me. I can't even stand to get an x-ray. So this goes on. We end up going, my sister finally comes to get me, and we had to go to ER, they said, because since I couldn't stand, they couldn't do the x-ray. Go to ER, first ER. My sister's like, it's too crowded. We're leaving. Go to the next ER. We're leaving. But meanwhile, the other first facility had prescribed some medicine for me for pain. So we go to the pharmacy, pick this up, and I'm like, can you please just take me anywhere? Just drop me off. I'm in so much pain. You don't have to wait. So I remember there was like another urgent care in another beach town. So we get there. They're literally closing in 15 minutes. All the nurses came out, helped me into their wheelchair, rolled me in, and the doctor orders an x-ray. I'm like, I can't stand. I can't take my pants off. So they helped me. I still had to force myself to stand on it, and it was excruciatingly painful. They did the x-rays in my jeans. And fortunately, I did not have any broken bones, but I was really banged up, and I couldn't walk for 3 days. So my sister got me here. I had to call one of my husband's caregivers to help me get in the house. So we got his wheelchair, and now I'm in the living room on the couch for like 3 days because I can't walk. Caregiver stayed with me, and finally she's like coaching me. You can walk. You can do this in the name of Jesus. You can do this. She was just like literally praying for me, and I thank God for her. So she got my husband's walker, and I started taking steps on the third day. So that's just a few of the things that I've been going through. And then not to mention the neck pain that I started experiencing. And like if I cough the wrong way, my arm gets this jolt of electricity that goes into my hands, and it stays like that for a few days. So those are some of the symptoms that I had from this compression on my spine. So the only alternative was to get the ACDF surgery, which is coming up in 2 days. So as the days go on, I go through the surgery. I'll probably do a video and let you know the day of the surgery as I'm preparing to go. So right now I've prepared a lot of stuff, different things that I've watched on YouTube videos on what to bring and what to have. You got to have a grabber, things to help me put my socks on, things to help me put my shoes on, things to help me take my socks off, lowering things to the level where you can reach them. So when you come, because they're saying you won't be able to reach over your head. So it's just doing things that preparing for the surgery. And then right now, my husband, I had to place him in a congregate home because I can't care for him. And I don't have any consistent caregivers. So he's in a congregate facility so that I can recover. And I'm praying and trusting God in Jesus' name that I can just come home and care for myself. So that's my story of why I have to have ACDF surgery and the symptoms that I personally had. So so I'll just keep going with the next video and fill you in on how things work out on the day of surgery, after surgery, my recovery, and how things go and progress in terms of therapy. So I thank you for watching. If you like this video and this is of interest to you, and this is something that you may be going through or a family member may be going through, and you think it's helpful, please like, share, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions for me, you can put them in the comments and I will make sure to answer them. So again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you, and have a wonderful day.